Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependence. This is the Couch Co-op Show. I'm Ian, and tonight I have Jared and Aaron on the couch with me tonight. How are you guys doing?
Hello, doing good.
Good. Better now.
Better
More
now.
jerseys.
Ready to have my first beer of the day.
I think
I'm
Nick is
halfway through my
supposed to be
first beer.
joining us. Nick is supposed to be
Yeah,
joining us,
Nick,
but
Nick might chime in.
he said a few minutes, and we waited a few minutes, and no, 20 minutes later. So I'm sorry to
That's
everyone
all right.
waiting, just eagerly waiting
go,
for
Nick.
us live on youtube.com/MilkmanPictures for us. I know everyone was just waiting for us to go live.
So
Yeah.
eager.
So I was like,
That's
Mhm.
right.
listen, everyone watches us and listens to us after the fact. No one cares about the live. But I still do the live thing just for shits and giggles.
Why not?
hmm
How was your guys' weekends? You guys get up to anything fun?
It was busy, man. It
Busy.
was my wife's birthday yesterday.
happy
so
birthday. to the
Happy
wife.
birthday!
What'd you guys do?
Mhm. We kind of just hung around the house, did some yard work, had a nice. I brought home we got a nice little lunch from Fish and Chip shop out here, and kind of just did whatever she wanted to do. So it was good. I mean, didn't do a whole lot, and it's what she wanted. So
It's nothing new there, huh?
nope.
You didn't give her the D? Just lay it down? A little pipe action? Plumber? You didn't go Mario
do
on
when
her?
you have-
You didn't go Mario on her peach?
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Anyway. How about you, Jared?
No.
I know you've been selling cookies. A different
Yeah,
cookie.
lots of cookies, a lot of Girl Scout
the
activities, and
All the cookies.
hunting some monsters.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, but
Oh,
yeah. So Dave and I hung out today. We bought some records, drank a couple beers. It was fun. It was pretty chill, and
Yeah, I wish I could have joined. I was very occupied.
everyone's occupied. All you guys with kids and stuff, you guys just
Yeah.
you guys have this whole other life. I don't even know what it's like. I don't even know.
We're not in
I don't
the-
even know who you are. It's like I know you this way, and then you guys have this other thing. It's like I don't even recognize you. I don't
Well,
even understand.
you saw my youngest one
Yeah,
just
yeah.
this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, Jared
yesterday.
delivered me a beer, and it's like, what is this? Like, it's like this whole other Jared. It's like a child, and he has to take it to the bathroom, and it's like having a, it's like this whole other entity he's in charge of. I don't even recognize it. It's wild. Super cool, awesome. Well, I was really hoping Lord Beerstro would be here right now so we could do his. He probably would have a beer battle, but I guess we're not gonna have a beer battle this evening. So fuck that shit. Fuck it.
All right. Yeah.
we'll get to Jared.
Scrap the segment.
We'll get to Jared and we'll ask him what happened this day in gaming history.
Well, it wasn't a huge video game day for releases today, March 2nd. A lot of people liked Wario Land 2 on Game Boy. I never played it. That was 1998. So 27 years.
Wario.
The one, of course, that is the most mentionable that none of us have played is Drakengard for the PS2.
Oh, I played Drakengard. I love that
you
game.
did? Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
because that's related to the
I haven't played
Automata.
I haven't played one or two,
series.
but I have three. I've played three. So
Okay,
I loved those games. Those were so good.
I always
think
wanted to
beat
play them.
Two. I liked it
never
because it
touched them.
was kind of like a boy and his dog type game,
Huh.
but you control a badass dragon, and you kind
That's
of
awesome.
yeah.
you still have a PS3?
I loved it.
I don't.
Oh, you can borrow.
I think we've talked about borrowing yours
Yeah.
someday.
someone should borrow someone should borrow my PS3 and borrow a bunch of games. Like this game is pretty
Yeah,
awesome. Actually, it's kind of crazy.
I have all the time in the world.
You do. That's right. That's
Right.
okay. Here's that. Okay. Here's again. Yeah. Exactly. You're right. You're right.
I would love to play the Drakengard games.
They're I will
Yeah.
say I just loved them.
The first two are expensive and kind of hard to
Mhm.
find. Like it's
Yeah,
those-
I think I
It'd be
like
nice if
rented
they put
those.
them in a collection or something.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree, 100%.
The final one I'll point out is Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox, which
Oh, I love Ninja Gaiden. That game was
that
so
was
fun.
21
That was so
years
tough,
ago.
though. Holy cow.
That came out the same year as Drakengard, but on the
Gaiden.
Xbox. 2004. That's crazy. I tried Ninja Gaiden when it came out on Xbox, and yeah, that genre of game just thwarted me badly. I got so kicked around.
Well,
I don't know how I'd do on it these days.
It would probably get stomped because that game was hard as fuck, and I don't think I got to the last boss. I got kind of deep into it, but
Well, it's kind of
it
funny
was so.
because like even like the original like Nintendo version Ninja Gaiden, like
No, it's
Gaiden,
hard.
whatever, it's hard, but it's not actually like as a player. Like when I play it, like I want to fight everything and kill everything. But when you
Mhm.
watch speedrunners play it, they just jump over everything.
yeah,
They just like
Yeah.
it's
No,
like
it's-
it's like oh, that never occurred to me as a child playing the game.
yeah, same here.
Like that
Right.
never occurred to me that we just need to get to the end. Like and that's what speedrunning is. This kind of like idea that like you don't have to kill any of this shit to finish the game. It's like, oh, that's wild. That's weird.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if you look then, obviously when 360 PS3 era, that what is it, Ninja Gaiden Black or whatever, that whole like
Mhm.
redesign, that
Yeah.
game was hard.
Yeah.
That was another level of different Ninja Gaiden that I also was not interested in.
Well, I think I have
They can
Game
play
Pass
Ninja
right now.
Gaiden
Maybe I should
Sigma.
download Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Yeah, people are saying that's
I should
pretty
download
cool.
that.
Well, they're coming out with a new one, I think this year or next year. It's just a complete remodel
was
of the
announced.
Xbox One.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I like the idea of it, and
Mhm.
that character is obviously Hayabusa. He's obviously in the Dead or Alive fighting game series.
yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
But
I think it's fun to use.
I respect those games, but at this point, I don't play those games. So
No.
Yeah.
it's like it's not Souls like, but it's kind of like a Souls game and like a Devil May Cry game. Like it's
Mhm.
fucking hard. Like
Yeah.
Devil May Cry is a bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
It is.
Which I never
Especially
beat any of the
DMC too, I
early
think.
DMC games. Yeah.
None of them?
Never. No, I've only finished DMC.
That's the
The
easy
latest
one.
one.
That is the easy one.
Yeah.
What? I
I
found that game
finished
hard.
I finished the first one. I never played the second one. I played the third one. I don't know if I beat it though. I beat the fourth
I didn't
one.
beat 4.
I beat DMC, and I have Devil May Cry 5, and I started it, but then I bought it at a time. I was like, oh, I need something to play. Oh, yes, buy this. I'll play it, and then then something
Mhm.
else came out, took me away from it.
There we go. Yeah.
But
I played 1. I gave it back. I played 2. I beat it on both Lucia. Because it's a 2-disc set. Because you have Dante, and then you can play as Lucia, the female assassin. Played 3. I played 4. I got to the last boss, and he just kicked my ass. I couldn't. It was unforgiving hard because you don't play Dante, you play Virgil, if I remember right.
right.
Because Dante's like considered a killer, and Virgil's trying to get down to the root of it. And I got to Dante, and he rocked my ass, like sore ass. I couldn't take it.
Well,
It's-
that first DMC, that first Devil May Cry, that doesn't age well because it has fixed camera angles. So it's like it's
Yeah.
a very dated. It's kind of has that kind of like you're kind of stuck in a certain. I don't know. Like it'd be like I don't think you can remaster. I think that's why they haven't remastered it. So it's like you can't really. The game is kind of in a weird, like it's kind of like 2.5D game,
Mhm.
kind of. I don't know.
yeah, I didn't like the first one that much. I think I didn't keep going with it, but I understand why people loved it though. I played it. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And then the fixed camera angle is what got me half the time. Like I couldn't figure out certain puzzles, and the camera wouldn't work with me. I'm like, okay, fuck you. You're going back to Blockbuster.
Huh.
I feel that.
Funny.
I think I rented it too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Anything else exciting, Jared?
No.
That's it.
No,
That's it.
About it. I mean, if you really want to mention one more game, Rest in peace, this series.
in
Battlefield Bad Company 2 came out 15
Oh.
years ago.
I mean,
I
I think
like
that's an
Yeah.
important game, isn't it?
It is. People loved it. And
People
for
love
some
it.
reason,
I
EA
loved it. I
decided
did
that
too.
it's not important to anybody.
Not important to anybody. Never do a sequel.
No.
Let's not make any money. We don't want to make any of the money.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I think what happened was also so I played the first one. The reason I played it was because they made the characters more funny because like they're kind of like they'll talk back to each other and stuff like that. I love that part of the game.
The
In fact, you
banter
call
is
it
great. Yeah.
Yeah, you could call in airstrikes when you wanted to. That was awesome too. At some point, you could level up to that point. I don't think it was whenever. It's like you just get to that point, you can get them in. But I feel like it was pretty early. But then I played the second one. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't the first one. It's okay, I guess, but it wasn't the same. And then they changed the entire thing to more Call of Duty competition. I'm like,
Another one.
great. We're
Yeah.
back to Call of Duty.
Yeah, you had
Okay.
something cool here, and then you wanted to be just like the other one.
Yep, that's exactly what happened too. Because first and second were good. I love the first one. Second one was good, but like I said, after that went to Call of Duty copy. I'm like, oh my god, you guys, no,
Yeah.
no, fuck you guys.
Well, if that's the end of this day in gaming history, I mean, I haven't played a demo or a trial, and Dave's not here. Did any of you guys try a demo or a trial in the past that you could?
I guess we could mention
something.
Soulframe real quick.
Oh,
Soulframe?
Jared, we could
Yeah.
indeed. Let's put
Oh.
Soulframe on trial here.
Dun dun.
Dun dun.
Yeah, okay.
We have
I
to
mean,
get-
we could have talked about it last week. I got an invite from, I can't even think of the company that makes it, but the Warframe company.
Dynamic
Yeah.
Energy. No, what is the fucking company called?
Yeah, I don't know. But
Just the dynamic.
I got an invite to play
Hey!
Soulframe, and they gave me 3 keys to invite my friends. And the only PC gaming kind of friend that I have is Ian. So he installed it and played a bit. I think I played a little bit more than him, but I am really enjoying it so far. I'm excited for its full release. I like how it feels. It actually runs really well on my PC. And it's going to be free to play.
Oh, Dark Sector.
Digital,
they made Dark
Digital
Sector.
Extremes.
Yeah, Digital Extremes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Digital Extremes.
I've put a lot of time into Warframe, so I like the content they make. And Soulframe is like their swords, slow, very much slower pace. You're not a ninja. You're like more weird, different mix of fantasy, sci-fi kind of stuff in there. It's really cool design.
Aaron, you have some laptop power, right? You could probably download it and install it. There's like there's I think there's how many do they give you? 4 keys,
There's-
Jared? Or 3?
3. I think there's one more key.
Oh, there's one more. Scott Mappy Man took the first one. I took the second one, and I think there's one more key for this. You can install it. It doesn't the computer. It doesn't have very robust needs. It's not like it's a. It's not like one of these like Indiana Jones or, it needs to like have fucking ray tracing or something. It's not.
Yeah.
It runs really well on my system, and it's not like super greedy on its resources. But
Or
it
maybe
looks pretty good.
the first listener that contacts Ian through one of our portals can have that code if it works still.
But yeah, no, I played it. I created my character and just kind of ran around and killed some things, and it's pretty chill. I need to spend more time with it. I don't have a lot to say about it, but it seemed actually pretty well polished.
Yeah, yeah.
It runs pretty well. It looks pretty good. It runs great on my PC. Like I don't have any issues. Like it's like a brand new free to play game. But it looks
And
like,
I don't have we don't have modern PCs.
You know-
Both of our PCs are pretty aged
But
at
you know
this
what?
point.
You know what's wild about that, Jared? Is like it looks better than fucking Starfield, and like Starfield
Yeah,
has
it
like
does.
trash on my. I mean, it doesn't. Starfield doesn't run like trash on my PC, but it's just
It's
Starfield's
fine.
constantly loading and it's constantly doing all this other shit, and it's just like, This game actually just you create your character, looks good, runs well, does the thing.
Well, they're like when you hit the option or whatever hamburger button on your Xbox controller, instead of going to a menu to go and look at your skills and upgrade paths and all that stuff, your character like leans back and falls through into a new area that I can't remember what it's called, like some type of dreamscape or whatever. Water all over the place. You walk over it, and there's like a hut in the middle, and you go in there and just look at your stuff, and you modify your skill trees and all that. And when you're done in there, you just hit the button again. He falls backwards again and appears in the other area. It's so cool. I love how they did that. The style's awesome. Okay. To get waypoints, you hit one of the buttons on your D-pad, and your fingers snap. Boom, and a bird flies out to guide you. It's really cool. It has a lot of really awesome style. It's cool. I'm excited to see where the game goes.
But I haven't really like got to some challenging moments in it yet, so I don't really know what actual the game is called Soulframe, so I feel like it's like a Souls-like, but I don't really know if it is actually a Souls-like game.
I made it to a boss that's going to require me to grind to beat him. I kept on getting him down in health enough. But then he would like put up this barrier or whatever like that and start healing. So I just kept on rinsing and repeating. So I need to get stronger to defeat that boss.
So it's not necessarily a Souls-like game, but it has like a boss that is like you need to grind to get whatever you need.
I guess you could call it like a Souls light.
Light.
Very light. I mean, I don't think it's being made to be like super challenging, but it's co-op. I think it's 4-player co-op even. Like you can just go and mob around with your bros, slashing at stuff.
Well, maybe at some point
and having a good time.
Maybe at some point when we get sick of Monster Hunter, we'll try this game together.
Like that'll happen.
Oh, I know. I know it'll come to consoles eventually. Right now, the trial period, or I think it's just you get to play it. They just invited you, and it's open to people invited to.
Yeah, it seems like it's just an early access key, basically. You're just
yeah, but I'm excited for it to come to console,
right,
so
right.
it's like I can play it on my couch.
100%. Yeah. So
and the most interesting part, I'm not used to downloading PC games just from the like company's website. Like usually you have to go through Steam or Epic or Amazon. You actually had to go to Soulframe's website. And they download it through them.
Download their installer. It's separate from everything else. They're not like, it's very independent, very like it's our own shit. They're not, which is cool. That's fine. I don't mind that.
I thought it was cool. Yeah. I didn't mind at all.
It's been a while since I had to deal with one of those type of things, but the game looks
well.
Cool.
And speaking of, I saw a report today that Steam hit their all-time highest concurrent user count today or last night. It's like 40 million people at the same time. It's absurd. And that's like there's people playing games by other means. They're not all on Steam, and that's just crazy.
Well, this has been your Dr. Demo Buy Try Die. Of Soulframe.
Definitely try.
You should try. It's not. You
can't buy it.
It's going to be free to play.
It's free to play anyways.
It's not a
so
die.
Yeah, absolutely try
it. And if we're like meshing them together, it's on trial. It's like we're just going to dismiss this case. There's not enough. We don't have enough evidence to put this. To convict it either way, we don't have. We can't get a verdict right now, But
if you're interested and don't have a code, you can go on their website and register, like pre-register your character's name, so you don't lose like your staple.
I registered, Jared. I haven't gotten any codes, so like when you sent them, as like I haven't gotten anything, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean you must.
But if you registered, you already had your name.
I registered to have my name, but you must have registered so long ago. Like,
day one, I was able to. I registered
so
100%.
Because like I registered and I have my name and everything, but like I haven't gotten anything from them. So, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. That is Soulframe. Check it out if you can. I think we have one lingering code hanging out in the Discord, so someone can come find it. Hey. Lord Beerstro joined us. Look at that guy.
Buddy. Hello.
That's a good-looking boy.
Look at that shiny, clean, like sober fucking face. Look at that, man. Like
you must have
not have been drinking it all today.
No, I wasn't.
Wow. I think that changed. I saw a little.
Someone didn't do 3 episodes of Lord Beerstros tonight.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the third episode dropped today.
No.
No, it
Ah.
drops Tuesday. I don't know. It drops anyway. Very exciting.
And I dropped shortly thereafter.
Yeah, but I was gonna ask you, since you weren't on here, you were late, but we have time
Yeah.
now. Do you have a beer battle for us, or do you not?
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
I
Let's
do.
go.
He's doing something right
Yay.
now already.
Yeah. So starting with this limited edition from Block 15. It's Sticky Hands the Kind. I think it's created with the stickiest high-grade hops grown here in the PNW. Enjoy a blast of heady, danky herb, blue spruce, and
Oh.
orange skunk hop notes wrapped
Ooh.
up tight with a resinous Sticky Hands body.
That sounds gross.
So it's
Yeah, oh no, it's
Danky
terrible.
Hands.
Mm,
That descriptor is not pleasant.
That makes me not want to drink it even more now.
I mean, is it the sticky icky?
I don't know.
I like the Danky Hands.
Is that the one you're
Sounds like
drinking
me.
right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it sticky icky?
Mostly
Sure.
icky.
No, it's
And
not
what's-
icky at all.
And what's the other beer?
Okay, good.
The other one is the Hetty Alice Double Dry Hop Westie.
Is that the broccoli cheddar one you shared on the?
No, that was just something I came
That was-
across.
yeah,
I
that's
know,
funny.
I know.
Okay.
But the can looks similar, except that it's black.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you're not drinking your broccoli cheddar IPA.
Yeah.
No shit.
Huh, I wonder why.
Anyway, what is that? What is the one is going up against?
It's from Hetty Alice. It's a double dry hopped West Coast IPA, which has Strata, Mosaic, and Idaho 7 hops in it.
Cool.
Forgot to mention this little guy is measuring or 8.1% versus
Ooh.
something that is 6.9.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You got a hit.
So,
Wait, that's a 8.1 at just a regular IPA level, not like a double.
I mean, it doesn't say double anywhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good times.
I'm drinking an 8.6 right now. The Bowie Baltic
Oh,
Porter.
yeah. Oh,
8.6.
I'm drinking.
Yeah.
What is it?
Whew.
I'm drinking a
I-
7.1.
You're not done with that yet?
Shut up, Jerry.
What's
Mine's only
taking you
six- mine was
so
only
long?
6.8.
That's only a 12 pack in that keg.
14, I think.
Ugh.
14 pack.
I
That's
think
right.
we learned last night.
4 liters. Right?
Yowza.
Yeah.
5 liters.
5. Okay. Yeah. 4.99 and some other numbers
Yes.
liters.
Anyway.
Thanks.
All right, Nick. Well, you enjoy those beers, and we'll come back to you periodically through the show to check in and see what you are thinking.
We'll forget till the end.
No, we won't.
Yep.
We never forget. We never forget. I forgot to ask you, Aaron. I mean, this is for later, but like, do you have a mobile minute for this week?
No.
No fucking mobile minute for Aaron. Jesus Christ.
Nope. I know.
Just
I
need
know,
to
I know.
scour your Netflix games.
Well, I have.
How about
I just
Aaron?
started a game.
How about Aaron's porno minute? Like, I'm just curious what you're jerking off to. No, you're not gonna tell us what you're jerking
Nope.
off. Okay, all right, fine.
No. I say nothing on that one. Oh.
I'll tell you what I was jerking off to. Anyway,
Oh
well,
boy.
let's get to the meat of the potatoes of this whole episode. Hey, a little game dropped last week, Thursday, Friday. Monster Hunter Wilds. Jared and I both pre-ordered the game, and we already have probably 15 hours clocked in. I don't know.
Good lord.
Yeah. Hey, we're doing okay.
He and I have spent many a restless night and mornings playing together.
Mhm.
Listen, we both were in the beta. We knew from the outset it was going to be a hit. It was going to be a banger. Like, as soon as this hit, been playing. I mean, I think Jerry can attest. Like, it's just a great game. It's like, if you liked Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Wild is better There's a lot of things that are better. But I don't really know where to start with this. So I was just curious if you, like, Aaron or Nick, have questions. That maybe we could field questions before we just go into we go into like our thoughts. So maybe you have some like just outside questions that you're interested, like, why play this game? Why are we interested in this game? You know, like, I don't know if you guys have any kind of things that you're curious about. So maybe we can field those first.
So, okay, I remember in Monster Hunter World, you could easily change your class. Like, one day you wanted to do, like, you wanted to use the sword. Next day, you didn't feel like the sword. You wanted to use, like, the crossbow. Mm-hmm. Is it pretty easy to jump into that? Or is it a little bit more?
No.
Do you have to stick to this?
It's accessible.
Time? Exactly the same.
So the big difference here, though, is that your mount, the feline, not feline. Sacred. You can hold a secondary weapon on your sacred, so you jump on and you can swap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to like go find a chest or whatever and switch out.
I mean, yes, at your camp you can choose your 2 weapons initially, and then once you have them, you can run between them. And then if you're running between them and you decide that you don't want to run those anymore, when you go back to your camp, you're just like, I mean, Jared's already done this. He was running Sword and Shield, and then he had a blowgun which he wasn't using, and so like we were running around and he like didn't want to use, he didn't, you know, it's like, and I was like, I've been running glaive and the horn, and he's like, I want to try something wild, like, because I've been doing the horn, and he's like, all right, fuck it. So when we went back to the camp, he's like, he tried the switch axe or whatever it's called.
I have the switch axe right now.
And then so then we go out and start fighting things, and he's just having a ball fucking around with his goddamn like whole other crazy weapon. I mean, yeah, you can totally just like switch it up whenever you want. And then if you have a main weapon that you're comfortable with, putting another like weapon in your secondary as like a like just something to fuck around with, you can just kind of try, is super cool, because like maybe you don't know what it's like to use the fucking Gunlance or whatever, but like maybe you put it in there and like you'll fuck around with it, you know, because like I feel like playing co-op, this is the cool thing about co-op, I think co-op is the best time to fuck around with that kind of shit, because there's someone killing or fighting the monster at all times, so like someone's drawing aggro on it, so it allows you to be creative. So like Jared did the whole switch axe, and I'm like just fucking around with my fucking sexy phone, and I'm just like playing music and killing, just pop, and like, and then Jared's like starts figuring out his thing, and it's like it's kind of harder to do solo, trying to like figure out a weapon that you like, because like you can go into the training area, but it's not the same. It's not exactly the same experience.
It's like learning on the job.
Yeah. There's something fun about like being with your friends and like, oh my god, this weapon's fucking baller, and it does a lot of cool things.
It's the same 14 weapons as pretty much all. I don't know the last time they actually added a new weapon to a Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know either, but
I don't know personally, but between Worlds, Rise, and this, I think it's always the same 14 weapons.
But good question, Aaron. Yeah. It's super easy to like switch it, but you can switch them at any time and upgrade.
No matter what, you just have to spend the materials to have your weapon crafted and upgraded. All that like stuff. World, same as World. It
doesn't penalize you in any way to like do that. At any time you can have his. How about you, Nick? You have any thought? You have any like last night you seemed like you had like a million questions. I'm just curious if you have.
Yeah, and I think I probably forgot them all.
No,
I mean, it's a lot of it just has to do with just my experience of, none whatsoever with this game other than Monster Hunter Now. But I guess
Monster Hunter Now is a good game. I liked it.
Yeah, it
was fun.
But from what I hear, it sounds like they're related in name only. So I guess I would. Like, really, what would I be expecting if I were to jump into this game just based on what I've played on Monster Hunter Now?
You want to take this one, Jared?
I mean, yeah, you'd know some of the monster names after a while. Most of the monsters are from worlds in Monster Hunter now. Because so far I haven't encountered any monsters from world in wilds.
Okay.
Which eventually I'm sure we will. I know like Raytheon is in every Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
sure
what
we'll
I've been
encounter
seeing.
him.
Yeah.
So yeah, there will be familiar ones. They've probably had crossover events recently where some of the monsters from Wilds are in now. So you might look into that because there's some really cool monsters. Because like whatever tech they mastered with the RE engine, it's like some weird skin, floppy, saggy skin technology. Is really bizarre and crazy looking
I will say this.
and really interesting.
I will say this, Nick. The game of Monster Hunter now, like the idea behind it, going to fight a monster, getting materials, and then crafting your weapons and armor.
It's all there.
That's exactly what Monster Hunter Wild or World is. Whatever. Any Monster Hunter game, that's what it is. Now, in Monster Hunter now, the way you fight them is really trivial.
I don't like how you fight him in that as much.
So the way you fight them in this game is obviously way more of a thing where you actually fight them. Like you're in these epic battles where you're just like, you fight. You have to like sharpen your blades because it gets dull. You have to you have to drink and like get your health up, and you can boost yourself.
There's a lot of systems that you gotta
systems that are going on, but it's basically a fighting game. You're doing combos. You're like basically doing like Street Fighter. You're like doing combos against monsters to like defeat them, basically. But then ultimately, once you've done that, the game is basically Monster Hunter now, where you are just taking those materials and upgrading your gear to get better gear, or upgrade your gear, not necessarily get better gear, or just taking your regular gear and then upgrading it to make it more stronger or something. It's just so like Monster Hunter now is such a distilled version of Monster Hunter because it takes the actual fighting out of the game. But like this is us, like Jared and I run around, we collect materials, we bullshit, we kill some monsters. It's just like you're like a posse, and you just go out and like then a big motherfucker comes along and you're just like, yeah, let's kill this motherfucker. That's kind of and then it becomes like a half hour of us just trying to kill it.
Yeah.
And so
I remember that Monster Hunter World. Oof.
So talking about like crafting and stuff, I imagine monsters aren't the only place to get materials. I mean, like playing Monster Hunter now, obviously I had to
There's mining.
walk.
There's mining, there's bone
flower
piles,
collecting.
there's all kinds of things. But like you're generally the good stuff to get your better-ish gear, you have to kill monsters, and then the cool thing is
And then
that
the
each
big monsters.
monster has a set of gear, like Monster Hunter now. Each monster has a set of gear. And so, like, to make that gear from that monster, if that's the monster you want, you have to grind out killing that monster. So you've killed that monster before, maybe in the story.
Or you can piece them all together and make your own fashion.
You can make your own thing. You do get a bonus if you're wearing a solid set.
Yeah, the set.
You do get you get a buff bonus, but that doesn't really matter.
So if you're having troubles with the monsters and just kind of want to dick around, there's actually certain weapons and armor you can build off of just collecting bones and ore.
Oh,
and,
sure.
Metals and stuff like that, and become pretty strong. They're really good armor.
So oh, go ahead, Nick. Aaron, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was gonna say my experience is also the crossover events give you special armor too. Like when they did it for Monster Hunter World, they did Street Fighter, Mega Man, Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Well, those were like skins that you would wear over your armor.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
but you also get like certain armor too. Like I remember Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry, you got the Dante's blade in that one. It's actually his blade. I'm like,
in Monster Hunter World, I had a skin for my Palico that was Mega Man. So I'd be running around and there'll be this little Mega Man guy running around.
Yeah.
So your Palico,
that was fun.
Nick, is like a little cat guy that is your assistant, and he assist you. He attacks the monster and does all this stuff, and you can upgrade
He's
his.
extra useful this
He
time.
draws
actually
aggro,
useful.
yeah.
But you can create his armor too. So you can create. So my current Palico has like this kind of like stealthy mech armor, like this kind of like ninja mech armor. But like if you're below health, he'll like health is coming in, and he sends health towards
he drops,
you and all this kind of stuff. But he also attacks and
He sets traps.
sets traps. He does
nice.
all kinds of things. But
That
you
is
can
nice.
also you can name him. You can create what he looks like, and then you can name him. You can create his voice. And so like in the beta, I made mine. I tried to make mine like this like badass cat, and I tried to pitch down his voice to make him like growly. But then the voice was like very not growly. It's like because they don't pitch it down enough, so it's just like this like. So I was not happy with the voice. So like when I came back and I put it in this time, I said, "Oh, I'm just gonna pitch it all the way up," and I liked the way how cutesy and just over the top high pitched it was.
Nice.
So he's just like, "Hey, yeah!" He's just like, it's great. It's so funny. But they give
I
him,
love it. Yeah.
But they give him.
Can you attack him?
I mean, you can attack him, yes, but it doesn't do anything. Like I've shot the net on him a couple times. He's like, "What?" He like kind of does this thing.
Yeah.
No, he's super useful, super awesome, and they give him a lot of word. It's funny how much we can get into this too. I mean, as we talk about the game, it's funny how like in Worlds the Palico was just kind of this like sidekick that didn't. They give him all these lines in this game.
Oh yeah.
Like he
I remember
talks a
in
lot.
Worlds he didn't talk much.
Yeah, he's like meow meow. This one he's like talking all the fucking time. It's wild.
And I think it's fun. It's fine. It's not actually like
sure.
it's not like irritating or anything like that to me.
Right.
I mean, it gives you the option to turn it off and just make him do the feline speak.
Yeah, you can
Meow,
just
that
have him
kind of
say,
stuff. Yeah, you can turn that off.
Meow, meow. Yeah, you can totally do that.
But it'll still have subtitles of what he's actually saying, but you don't have to hear. It's because this is the first time they've actually been like fully voiced.
Basically,
So-
this is Jared and I trying to convince you guys to play this game.
Yeah,
don't have
we
to
need more
convince me
hunters.
Yeah, we have our own couch co-op, squad, and we just come hang, come play. I know it's some money, but like Jared and I are gonna be playing this like for the next few weeks, the month at least, a lot.
Yeah.
So like if you guys want to get into it, now is the time to get into it because we're doing it.
Or even when you do decide to get into it, I will probably get back into
Maybe,
it.
but like I'm gonna say, in 6 months, probably not so much. Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe. All I'm saying is like it's a fucking awesome game. We've been playing it. I mean, Jared and I played the last 2 nights. First night we played till like 2:00 in the morning. Last night we played till like 3:30 in the morning.
And that's why I'm yawning
thank
so
you.
much tonight.
Yeah, we've been fucking going hard on this. It's so much fun, dude.
So, I do have one question. So you guys sunk a lot of hours. Have you ran into any like epic, like what's the most epic monster battle you've done so far?
Dude.
Like
Oh, it's countless, man.
it's
There's so
it's
many
different
monsters.
now. They've like Worlds was like a thing where they would kind of fight, and you'd be kind of like, oh, they kind of fight, and then they leave. This game, they decided like, we're just gonna double down on that, and there are fights that are fucking wild, dude. There is some shit that goes down in this game that is wild.
Monster fights are
It is
pretty cool. Yeah,
it's-
territory battles.
Territory battles, multiple like we last night we were playing, and you're supposed to separate these 3 things.
Yeah.
Like these like weird like kind of flying things, and then a fucking one of this spider thing came in, so it's fighting 2 of them, and I'm fighting the spider, and Jared's off fighting the main quest monster, and then the other 2 are flying back and forth between. So like I'll be fighting them, and then they fly over to Jared, and they like invade, and he's like it's just it's out of control. It's wild. It's so much fun. It's just like
Yeah, because not just that enemy has pack mines. Sometimes you have to separate the bosses from one another so you can defeat one of them, or you can just say fuck it
Try
and
and kill
go
them all.
after the
All-
whole thing and see what it's all about.
You
And
can't
it's
just let
not
them
easy.
duke it out, so it does it for you.
Well,
Okay.
no, but like some.
Well,
but no, but
the,
they're, if
the
they're-
packs of them.
Yeah, if they're the same monster, they don't fight. They're in packs, and you need to separate
Oh.
them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But
Now. Okay.
if another monster walks in, then it becomes a whole nother thing. It's like it's crazy, and it happens. And but then there's the thing where we're on the sand and like the lightning. There's like lightning
the
coming
sand
down,
levels.
and there's like monsters and like fighting
yeah.
and tangle like the Dashagamu and the Barina
Doshigama.
Valera. So like the one monster's tangled around the one giant dog thing, and you're supposed to fight one of them. And the sand is like turning into quicksand, and the lightning is striking down, and
That's so
you're just like
cool.
running around like, what is supposed to be happening right now?
Oh goodness.
Should I just stand here and watch? It's so cool. Or should I go
Just-
slash my sword at something?
Should I fight one of them or let them kill each other?
Yeah, there's so much epic in this. It's really the introductions of the monsters aren't quite like they did in Monster Hunter Worlds, where some of them are.
Some of them are.
Yeah, I guess all of them have
They do
an
have the
introduction.
Title. They do the
yeah,
title. If you've never seen it before,
Yeah.
it does do the title. Yes.
that's right. Yeah, so it still has that where you
Okay.
know it's like, what's that sound? And then it shows the monster stomping in and fucking tearing shit up, and it's
'cause I
awesome.
remember
Like the
that with
Doshigama, you get to see like the alpha with a whole herd of other ones doing some crazy stuff in places they're not supposed to do it. So it's like really, really cool story beats because the story really just comes fast and the monsters come fast through the story. If you just pound through the story, you're probably going to finish it pretty quick. But I've been doing like everything.
Well,
I've
that's-
been
that's-
capturing bugs, catching fish,
That's one of the things, Aaron.
surveying
I mean,
the land.
the game is, I think it really just wants to get you through the game. Like it does a really good job of just saying, "Hey, let's go, let's take a ride," and it doesn't. It's not like the like Worlds where like you kind of were like doing it and then you were fighting and you were like, "What am I supposed to do next?" This game just takes you for a ride. Like it takes you, runs you through it, which is cool, and it gets you. It's basically the whole game. I think the game takes about 20 hours basically to beat, but then that's not the game because then it's just now it's endgame, and endgame
Yeah.
is the game. That's like you get
The tempered monsters,
tempered and
all
bigger
that-
shit.
all
Like
that
that's
stuff.
the
I
shit
hate
that
the
like
tempered
that's the
monsters.
shit that like Jared and I spend a lot of time on. You know, once you
Mhm.
get through it, I mean, sure, you could play the 20 hours and be done,
Mhm.
but the thing is
that'd be okay.
that's which is fine.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
Yeah.
fine.
but like now it's time for the real shit, and that's what I haven't quite gotten there yet. But that's what this game is. But the cool thing about this game is that World kind of just was really kind of set, like giving you a lot of like menus and shit to get trying to figure it out. This game carries you through it, like it gets you up to speed, and you're always moving. Whereas like World, you were kind of like running around and like, what am I supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
was
do
kind of a
this?
frustrating thing.
You're kind of like, what? This game, like, if you've never played Monster Hunter, this game is like the most accessible. You are always going. It's always telling you what to, like. It's like you're just going.
Right.
You're not even running on. You don't even walk on your. You don't even walk anymore or run. You're on like a chocobo type thing, and you're like going, and you don't even have to control it. It'll just take you to the monster. Like like Jared and I joke, like. This shouldn't be called Monster Hunter. It should be called Monster Killer because you don't really hunt anymore. You just like, oh, we got to go kill this
Kind of
fucker.
like,
You just like it just
I
takes
kind
you.
of like the idea.
Which
Yeah,
is fine.
these sacreds sure are awesome.
They just take you to, which I get it. It's just trying to get you.
yeah, it's
through.
awesome.
But there's a part of us that's like, Jared and I still kind of share that. Like, it's fun to just kind of walk around and take things and
Oh, I still do that.
Yeah.
I don't always use the sacred. I'm walking around. I'm surveying the land. Oh, hey, there's some ants. I'm going to catch them with my net.
Right.
Get my endemic points.
there's just some of that.
It's I love
Right.
I love all that stuff. Just enjoying the environment. There's different bugs and birds and creatures that you can capture.
But if you
So you can
felt-
add it to your little catalog, and
if you felt that Worlds was like it just
it's
took
neat.
too long to get you going, this game really just moves you along, like and you'll get up to speed because it does a good job of just kind of like, we're doing this, like this is how it is. We're not
Okay.
gonna like kind of let you squander around and not know what's going on. It's always gonna have a quest. It's always gonna be pointing you in a direction to move, to fight. Like the campaign just like fucking gets you like, let's fight. Like you fight.
Yeah,
fight a monster.
you're not
All right,
required
fight
to
another
have
monster.
a certain hunter rank to
Yeah.
go to the next
Okay.
mission.
Yeah, they don't do that.
It's-
Yeah, exactly. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they will do in the end game, but like
Yeah.
like the other, like worlds where like you had to be a certain rank to they don't give a shit. They just like
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's get you guys in on
Mhm.
board. It's so quick and fast. So it's cool. Basically it's a 20-hour tutorial. I mean, it's a campaign.
Mhm.
It's you know, the story is kind of
Mhm.
interesting.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. The lip syncing is off. It's only Japanese, so like when you listen to them say the English, it's like it's so off.
Oh yeah.
But it's like I don't give a shit. I don't care.
hmm
I'm enjoying
Yeah,
it.
it's fine. I'm not really critical over that kind of thing. Like
I'm not
I've watched
either.
enough animated movies and stuff like that, anime and whatever. I'm just like, all right, whatever. It's just
It
their
runs
time.
like butter on a console. I've heard obviously on other podcasts that on the PC it's not running so hot. It's kind of had some issues, but on fucking PlayStation 5 it runs like fucking butter. I mean, I've had no issues in my 15, 16 hours playing the game. It flawless, no crashes, no nothing. Runs great.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
It's funny. I told my wife like I'd rather be playing Monster Hunter than talking about it right now. Like,
Right.
I just want to go play it. You know,
I get
it's just been on my mind. I just want to play it. It's just so fun to be in that world. It's like they're open regions, kind of like Worlds was. They're very large.
I
regions.
feel like they're even larger and less. It's funny the way they decided to do fast travel because it's even less. Though they give you the option to create camps, but it's less than the Worlds was. It's interesting, but because of the secrets, you don't really have to worry about it. Like you just fucking, I don't know.
But creating camps seems kind of jovial. Like, okay, I'm here so I can restock my supplies. But if you don't pay attention to it for a while, the monsters will just crush it. So you don't get to use it after a while.
Nick had a question.
Fast
He
travel.
raised his hand.
Yes, go
I saw
ahead.
his
Nick.
hand.
I had a couple.
Yeah, dive
For
in.
one, going back to when you were talking about like different skins and stuff, are there microtransactions in this game or Monster Hunter World? Or
I mean, there
those
is.
just-
You
there
can
is
buy
the-
emotes
There are
pretty much.
there is DLC that you can buy, but the skins that you are upgrading to, that's all built into the game. That is the game.
Oh, okay.
So like you're
Mhm.
killing a
Okay.
monster, and every time you kill a new monster, the cool thing is like you run back to the camp and see what that costume looks like. What does that costume look like? And then
Yeah,
do
and the
I want
weapons
it?
are way more varied than.
And
Well,
the
no,
weapon-
not so much that, but I was
Yeah.
talking about more like the kind of like
No.
crossover stuff, like I had
No.
Mega Man, whatever.
Yeah, so the Mega Man, that type of stuff that I had in the previous, that stuff exists, but those are skins that aren't. Those are like
They were
kind of-
missions, I think.
They were limited time events.
Those are limited time
Mhm.
events, and they might have those in this game too eventually, and they might cost
Yeah.
like some money.
I hope
but
so.
they're not. They're not. They're just like, it's like a. How do you say that? Like, if you
An
fight a
event?
monster and you create a skin, you create the armor and stuff that gives you the
Armor
perks,
set.
armor
Yeah.
set. A skin is a thing that you wear over it. So like it's
Mhm.
not an armor set. It doesn't have any perks or anything. It's just a look.
It's
It
similar
does-
to layered
it
armor
doesn't-
is what
it doesn't
they
affect-
kind of call
The
that.
armor affects gameplay, and that's
Mhm.
in the game. So that's not, you're not buying that ever. The skin is a thing that just kind of changes the look of it,
hmm
just for
It's like
fun.
wrapping your car.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
just-
understand that. I just
but
thought I
that's-
just was
Yeah, no.
curious
So
if it was more like a
no, but
kind
they,
of a Rocket League thing.
For aesthetics.
they have some. They have some that you can buy currently right now. They're like $1.99. Yeah, they're just there. There's
Skins?
just some. Yeah, there's some skins you can buy right now. But like,
Interesting.
I'm not gonna buy that shit. Like, cause like I want.
Mm-mm.
I don't care about that shit. Like, you know,
Mhm.
maybe if there's like a fucking Bayonetta skin for $1.99, maybe I'll buy it. Sure, but like, there's no plus to that for me buying that. To like, the game's not gonna be better. Like, I'm not gonna
Right.
get any perk from it. It's just like a look. It's just like a skin. It's like,
Mhm.
and that's how they've always been. Like the game is, what you
Reach for that Modelo. Oh,
Oh,
no,
fight!
no.
Yeah. Get that Rainier.
Yeah, that
No,
sounds good.
Modelo. There you
Let
go.
me Modelo Black.
I almost
Yeah.
I almost bought the Negro Modelo Chelada.
That stuff's good.
Have you had that one? I haven't had that one yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Try it. They
Anyway.
have different flavors too.
But anyway, yeah. So the skins are just skins, but they don't have any perks. Basically, it's just like a look that you whatever. But
No, that's fine. So it's basically like Rocket League.
But it's not microtransactions in the game. You can't buy it in the game. It's like DLC because you have to go out of the game to the store.
Oh, okay.
You can't buy it within the game.
Which even then, like, there's no like versus. There's no friendly fire. Like you can't. There's no reward for being stronger than the guy next to you because you can't fight each other. So like, even if they did sell like extra stats, or, just to help people boost through the game, I think that kind of stuff's garbage. But it wouldn't like hurt anybody.
A lot of the things you can buy for the game currently are gestures, so like emotes or stuff like for your character to like do silly things, skins
Fortnite.
or it's all like silly stuff that is not. It's all purely cosmetic. It has not. I never bought any of that for World. They had it in Worlds, but
the funny thing is a lot of it's stickers. Like you can do like okay. It's a sticker with the thumbs up. It's stickers
in this like weird text.
Yeah.
It's all garbage.
Some people don't want to chat. It's like here's stickers. Hey, good job. Whatever.
Anyway,
it's cool.
None of that's important, Nick. So like
it's not. I mean,
but it does exist. There is a level
does.
but it's not. I wouldn't say this is not a microtransaction game.
It's not egregious.
This
at
is
all.
a game with some DLC stuff.
okay.
And they don't throw it in your face. Like
Right.
you can find
is
somewhere
nice.
in the game. There's a vendor that will have it, but they also give you like rations, and they give you your daily like your rewards and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
mean,
the
there's
game's
all
never-
kinds of
the
stuff in
game's
there.
never like, hey, in the menu, like, hey, go buy this.
Yeah.
It's not like,
So-
hey, you're gonna get free 20-hour perks and extra bonus.
you buy
damage.
this, yeah.
It's like none of
Yeah.
that shit. No.
It's not Mortal Kombat.
But Jared touched on something about something else, like when you're teaming up with somebody else, like maybe somebody who's a higher level.
Mm.
Is that kind of similar to like other games, like where like I've played with Jared, like playing like Borderlands, where if he's jumping into my game and he's obviously much more leveled than me, like he can throw stuff to me that obviously that I might not even be leveled up enough to even use. But I mean, is there?
You can't actually fight enemies in higher levels from lower ranks.
Okay.
Ian and I were doing research on how to play in each other's environments. They actually lock
So
that behind
the
like,
multiplayer is a little complicated.
levels
The
and
couch
things like
co-op
that.
is
It
a
is.
little it's a little complicated.
so what we learned last night, like because I was not as far as Ian, I could share my environment with Ian. So he could come in, we could go just kind of run around, doof off around the world slaying monsters, but we couldn't post any quests or anything like that. It just kind of like goofing around. But Ian could not share his world with me because he saw extra monsters that would appear in the world.
Yeah.
So
like,
he couldn't
extra
share
monsters
his
would
world.
Yeah. Now at this point, I think Jared's further than me. So like I couldn't
So
go into
I-
Jared's world. I could. Jared
Yeah.
could come. Jared could. I could share my world with Jared, but Jared couldn't share. It doesn't. It's trying to like keep spoilers out of the game, but also because
Mhm.
once you fight a monster, then that monster is now have free reign in your world. And so like because I
Yeah.
haven't fought that monster yet, it shouldn't be in my world. So it does this. Now, on top of that, you can't anything that's in the world is there's nothing you can really gain. Like the world has the things that you are able to get. Like aside from the monster, everything else in the world is just what's in the world. Like it doesn't like there's nothing that you're going to come across like, bones and it's the game is very it's really kind of focus down like onto this like. There's nothing that you can't really get ahead. Like there's no way to get ahead or cheat or like try like, oh my god, there's a stone in like because Jared's like one level ahead of me. There's a stone in his world that's better than the stone in my world. No, the stones are all the same. Like it doesn't. It's the only thing that is different is the monster, and so the monster is the special thing. So like.
What's your question, Nick?
Sorry.
Well, I was going to say to kind of expand on that, if I were to start playing like right now and you two both jump in, I guess on the flip side of that, I mean, you guys are just going to like mow down all these monsters for me. And
No.
I think it would.
Maybe a little bit, but it would also make the monster harder than it would be for you.
Yeah.
But you would get great rewards, but... Like,
I mean, I'm just wondering if there's a system too that also kind of prevents like, setting up an inexperienced player to advance.
We don't have the experience with that, so I don't know. That's a good question though.
Here's the other thing though that like I think Jared and I have been experiencing. This game is a lot easier than Worlds. Like, it's been a lot easier. Like,
I died more on Anjanath than I have in this whole game so far.
Yeah, I've died once.
Anjanath.
Like in Worlds I died on Anjanath quite a few times, just like still. I've only died once in this. I've only not died. You faint and you restart, but like, this game doesn't want you to die. This game wants you to fight. Like it has no interest in you being dead. I think. So.
It still has plenty of challenge. It's not like a cakewalk. I mean, Ian and I have experience in Monster Hunter.
I think it's a little bit of cakewalk. I think one of the things that Jared and I are doing is like we're trying totally different weapons. Like I'm playing the horn a lot more, and Jared's been doing the switch axe thing, and like we're just like trying to do other things, and I think it's making it more difficult, but also more fun.
Yeah. Switching it up with a switch axe.
I just, I don't.
But I don't know. You can join lower quests, Nick.
Yeah.
Like if you posted a quest. Actually, the interesting part about this is if we're in the same squad member room, you kind of see each other in the main hub camps and stuff like that. But out in the world, you just kind of vanish. But once you encounter a monster and it says quest start, we can join that.
Yes.
And it's just like so easy to join. You just hold a button and pop. You're in.
If you initiated a quest, like in your monster, and Jared and I joined, and it was a low level monster, like Jared and I would probably just destroy
We'd probably
it.
smash it.
But
pretty quick, yeah.
what we would probably do is that we would just let you fight it, and then we would run off and do other shit. We just leave you to it.
Well, I wasn't. Not like,
no,
because I was just more
there's a level of like
curious about that.
There's a level of like, I mean, Jared and I are both kind of like this. It's like, we want you to enjoy the game, so like I don't want to run through and just like destroy a monster for you. If you have problems with it, we'd help. But I feel like the fun thing that like I like to do in those situations is like I would just like go off and like fight something else. I would go fight.
Well, I mean, I just used you two as an example, more about the game,
we're
not necessarily like
we've been hunting monsters for a long time.
I would never
for
put
two
your
games
integrity in jeopardy by any means, but this was more of a theoretical.
Yes.
Like, could somebody
if you started right now and then you wanted Jared and I to join you, like Jared and I would probably destroy that monster in like no time, and like that's not fun. So like we would probably let you take the lead, and then if you were having issues, we'd probably come in and help. But like Jared and I would probably try and find a way to like bring another monster over to it.
So Nick, you're not too well versed in Monster Hunter, but there's an option in the game. It's just built in where you can throw a flare up into the sky for an SOS.
Oh yeah.
And depending on your settings, you can have either AI people join you or you can have real people join you. So that can change. Yeah, whenever you want to play multiplayer.
And the AI is actually super useful.
It's really good.
Right now what I've been doing, actually, I just join. So like Couch Co-op has their own squad and their own lobby, so you join it, and so it's like a private lobby that just, and so like, if I come, like I have multiple times just throwing up the SOS flare and just
I haven't done one of those yet.
Oh, I just like have the AI come in and just like
Huh.
fight it, and it's just like I run around and like I kill it too, but it's just like it works pretty well. It's like,
Okay.
fuck it. It's like so like it's I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's just
I-
only certain things can answer the call. It's like friends or AI.
Anybody
No,
online?
no.
that's
If you
hunting for it, yeah.
join a public lobby,
A lobby, yeah.
Okay.
if you join a public
Yeah.
lobby and you shoot an SOS flare, anybody will join.
I think there's 100 people in each lobby.
Yeah, so anyone.
You know,
will
it's
join.
Yeah.
If you were to
Okay.
join like a private lobby like Couch Co-op, the Couch Co-op squad lobby, there's nobody in there unless like Jared and I are playing. There's no one in there, so like only AI are going to join that lobby,
Okay.
Mhm.
which is fine. That's what you want. But if you are in public lobby and you shoot one off, dude, you're going to get probably the best of the best. They're going to come
Aaron.
in and just fucking steamroll that monster, you know?
Aaron, you can now create like an offline lobby so you can pause the game.
That also
Nice.
happens, yes. Dude,
Yeah,
I
you can
like the
actually
idea of
pause the
pause.
game in an offline lobby.
God, because that was my biggest pains in the ass.
Yeah.
Is like I'd be fighting a boss or whatever, and I'm God, I gotta pee, and I
It's a
can't
lot.
stop.
Well,
because-
the funny thing is you actually have to hit like the options button, and then in the menus there is a pause game thing that you have to find.
that is still a thing where the menus
Yeah.
are just so they're still
Thick.
so fucking it's thick. There are still so many menus.
so much.
Like I was
Thick
like
in the bad way.
Jared's like how come you don't wear a helmet? Well, I'm wearing a helmet. It's just I have it off visually. He's like, "Oh, you can do that? Yeah, you can do that. It's in one of the menus." It's like in a menu like
Well,
four
Christ.
menus.
yeah, and you're
deep.
on like this menu, but this one page of the menu has
Four
four
menus.
sections. In that, like
it's-
between each tab, there's
I hate
more
that shit.
tabs.
It's a lot. There's
It's
a lot going on.
of
There's a
options.
lot of
You
stuff
can
going on.
customize the hell out of that game.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, but I mean, I don't know. The game is, hey, it's so much fun. So
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jared,
Okay.
I'm having a great time. Yeah,
like I
honestly.
said,
I mean,
you haven't convinced me that much.
you guys don't need to
What,
play
Nick?
it. We would love you guys to play it, but like you guys don't have to play it. But we
Still
would
had
love
one
it.
more
Yeah, go ahead. Nick.
question. So are any of these monster fights, are they timed?
They used
Like
to
they
be.
are.
Some
is
of
wild.
the optional quests are for 50 minutes, but it'll only take
Oh.
you like 10 or less.
So
Yeah.
it's not like Monster Hunter now where it's like you only have like a couple minutes
Well,
to
Monster
try and-
Hunter
Yeah,
World used to be definitely timed.
Oh yeah, I'd run out of
Yeah.
time in
We would
Monster
run out
Hunter
of
World.
time.
But
We would like run out of time and be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, it's kind of wild that they got rid of the timer because that was kind
there,
of
I
there's
like
still
it, though.
timers.
Well, I know, but
I just 50 minutes is plenty.
dude.
The main story sounds like is
Yeah,
where
I'm sure
the
it gets
most fun.
lesser as you go into end game and stuff
Maybe
like that.
end
There's
game they
probably
have 'em,
tighter timers.
But in campaign,
Yeah.
has not really been
yeah,
no. But
I dig it.
if you're good, then it doesn't fucking matter. So
So what you're saying is
Yeah.
get good.
no, but you get
Be
good.
good, son.
I think that's the thing about the campaign that does a good job. It starts instilling this kind of confidence. The game does a good job of like allowing you to play solo, and then like if you need help, shoot off an SOS. But if you learn the weapon that I think the most important thing is finding a weapon that you really connect with, and once you connected with that weapon, using it,
Mm-hmm.
killing monsters solo should not be an issue with you. And then once it's not
Right.
an issue, if you come across a wall, then just be like, well, I'm just gonna shoot an SOS flare or whatever, and then like I'll
Get some
do my
assistance.
thing, and then they'll do their thing. The game does. There's a lot of aids for you to succeed. You only fail because you're just not willing to like do it. But like, I think the game is not hard right now. Like Monster Hunter World was like so much more of a challenge. And maybe if you've never played
dropped
Monster,
right the
maybe
fuck
Nick,
in.
since you've never played Monster Hunter before, it might be a bit of a challenge because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot of systems. It's a lot of craziness. It's like you're like
Sounds like a lot of menus.
a lot of menus.
believe it.
So many menus. But I think ultimately the game is like so much fun. Like yeah, Jared and I like there's a lot of minutes, but like a lot of the time is just like us like we're riding around just like bullshitting and drinking beer. It's just like
having a good time.
It's just like fun.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
fun.
great.
And then you come across a monster and you're fucking with it up, and then another monster comes in and you kind of step back and watch those two monsters fight, and then it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in there and I start fighting them all. It's like fun. It's crazy fun. It's like a fighting game. It's like literally becomes a fighting game when you're like yeah. You know, I don't know. It's
So going back to the weapon, a lot of my questions are based on Monster Hunter now. So you say to just kind of like get used to one weapon. So in Monster Hunter now, there are like various weapons that were more effective towards very different monsters that had a weakness to that sort of. I mean, does that not exist in?
No, it does,
this
but
game?
not in. I would say not in the campaign. We haven't Jared and I have not gotten to Endgame yet, but there is a tempered thing, and some of the water and electric stuff starts to play more of a role. Like in Worlds, it came a lot faster. Like you needed to like have.
I remember that. Yeah.
This game so far in the campaign, that hasn't really been an issue. Like, man.
I've been forging weapons with elemental things, but really, I think what he's talking about is like blunt versus slicing, and that does make a difference. It does, but it's not like there's one enemy that you can beat better with a blunt weapon. But like a blunt weapon will knock them off their feet and make them fall over. Whereas like you can't slice a tail off, you know.
Yeah, they'll get you
with a slicey weapon. You can slice tails off.
They'll get you different materials.
Yeah.
A slicing one will cut off a tail, but it won't. You'll get that, but you won't blunt. It won't knock out a tooth.
Yeah,
basically.
you'll break bones and whatever things like that. So it can be different.
Bones, other slice off ligaments, pretty much.
But what I was saying is that, there's a level of like, I don't think much of that, like it. I feel like it mattered a lot more in Monster Hunter World, whereas in this campaign, it doesn't seem to be relevant. Like, remember, Jared, like, in the campaign for World, like, we really needed to have cool drink on us all the time. If you
you'd still need that.
No, you still need. You don't really need it. I mean, you need it, but you don't really need it. It's not as aggressive in this game as it was in World. Like, yeah,
it gets there.
Nah, I mean, having fought a lot of stuff, like. They have cool drink and warm drink now.
And warm drink, yeah.
And it's just like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, with cold, if you don't drink the warm drink, your stamina will go down.
Well, Jared's
pretty quick.
Jared's a stickler about all this stuff. All I'm saying is like a lot of times, like Jared's always cooking meals ahead of these fights. I haven't really cooked and eaten anything on these like campaign fights. Like I've been pretty much like it doesn't really matter. I don't feel like it's.
Oh, I like having that bigger health and stamina bar.
I guess, but I don't really think it matters. I feel like
I do.
I mean, maybe I don't. I feel like it hasn't.
Yeah.
I feel like it has not affected me in any way. Like it.
So you cook meals for health?
Yeah.
It gives you perks.
Health, stamina, strength.
Stamina, defense against elements.
Before you go out in a
fight. So
can
you collect the meat from a fight at all?
Yeah, you can kill.
There's certain enemies you go and destroy for the meat.
You cook a meal before you go. In Worlds, I felt like it affected it way more. In this game, I feel like it doesn't affect it. So far in the campaign, I feel like it doesn't affect it as much. Which is also gets me to the thing like, I miss the fucking cat chef. Like, why do we not have a cat chef?
The Meowskiller chef.
Oh, the masculine
chef.
chef.
This fucking drives me shit. Like, I don't like going into my tent and having my person, like, come on, bring back the fucking chef. Like, who... That shit...
That was pretty epic. I like that.
Who gets rid of that? Who gets rid of the greatest thing? Like, I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping with the big update one, they're going to make a big like lobby for people to gather in. So I hope they add like the Meowskiller chef or something similar to that in it. Because right now you are the one cooking your meals.
And I'm not a fan of that. It's just like, I don't care. Like, and I don't feel like it's necessary. But it'll be fine. Like, when they did the big... when we were playing World, they opened this big lobby skyship that you would go to like...
Yeah.
That was
awesome.
But there was no real reason to actually go there. I felt like
No.
like why is this a thing? Like, okay, so maybe it'll be more of a
It's
thing.
probably for the more like hardcore.
Maybe we were pretty
I
hardcore,
liked the
Jared. We
Sky
played
Chef.
that game a lot.
Yeah.
But
I love the sky ship in that, especially the.
But we
Meowscles
weren't Hunter
chef.
rank
That's pretty
500
epic.
plus.
there's
No.
anyway.
I But yeah, we spent some time in
I
it.
miss the chef. I don't want to cook my food. I want the cat to do it.
Yeah, show off your meowsles.
Yeah, back.
It's funny.
Those were funny.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
It was funny. Yeah. It's the aesthetics and I mean, the game's still quirky and weird and funny, but yeah, it's missing the Meowscular chef.
Anyway, it's a great game.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
15, 16 hours in. I feel like pretty confident to say that like it's on the top. It's gonna be in my top, obviously in my top 5 for the end of the year.
100%.
I mean, there's no way it can go wrong at this point. Like, I don't like whatever. There's no like the game is what it is. I know what the game is, and it's
Mm-hmm.
they've
So
refined
is
it
there-
quite a bit. Go ahead, Nick.
So is there an end to the campaigns? Or like, is there like
Mhm.
an official end point? Like you can actually
You'll actually roll credits. Yeah.
Yeah, campaign will
roll
roll
credits, and
credits.
then you get to post about it in the Discord.
Yeah,
and
we'll post it. But like, what's
Yep.
gonna happen from there is that after that is like, well, yeah, now
That's where everybody says the real game starts.
that's where the
end
real game,
stuff.
like the end game starts, and it's like then the
Yeah.
big the asshole monsters are there, and then that's where Jared and I like I would imagine that like the original campaign probably took us 40 hours to beat. I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
Because it was capped behind Hunter ranks and stuff
Sure.
like that.
But then,
Yeah.
we just fucking fought shit forever and doing shit. And then we
Mhm.
spent another 140 hours or whatever. Just because there's
Yeah.
other, like, you start going after, like, I wanted that full Nergigante armor in Worlds. And I wanted to have that full, like, fucking, and you had to, like, then fight that monster over and over.
Dozens of
and
times,
over.
yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Just to
And,
get
like,
all the pieces.
you need to slice or blunt or blow up, or a capture, because certain
Yeah.
pieces drop under different circumstances, So like,
Mhm.
And then even if you meet those circumstances,
Yeah.
there's still a certain percentage
it's not
of
gonna happen. Yeah,
Very slim,
ways
yeah.
you'll get it. Yeah, you don't always get it.
but
So that was a pain.
that becomes the status and that's when that's what becomes like that becomes the Monster Hunter, the drive. Like the
Yeah.
campaign that we're going through right now is just fun and we're enjoying it, and we're
Mhm.
checking out the story, and the story's fine and it's entertaining, but like obviously we're gonna have to like come back, like Jared and I should obviously come back in like a couple months and be like, now this is where we're at, this is what it is,
Yeah.
this is like, because like
Oh, absolutely.
because like I mean Jared and I spent so much time, not only that but we also played Iceborne together. I mean
We never finished the story of
We never
Iceborne.
finished the
I
story
kept
of
on
Iceborne.
playing it. I played quite a bit of it, but I just got stuck after a while.
well, there's also just like
Yeah,
there's
just
just
stopped.
other too many games. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
and then more games kept on coming out. Yeah,
The nice thing about this is
Yeah.
like there's nothing really on the horizon that I have to worry about. So like this is a pretty secure game for a while. Yeah.
So is there going to be some replayability even after?
There's always.
beating the,
Oh.
okay.
Mhm.
Oh
It's
no.
not
Yeah.
just
Even if
it's not
you.
just
Yeah.
kind of
Even
like-
yeah.
yeah.
even after
grinding for the better armor.
Even after
you
you
know,
beat
just
it, you
like,
grind it
yeah.
to like get the better armor. So like, oh
Mhm.
man, like here's the instance. You play this game and you get to the final monster and you beat that final monster. You run back to camp and you see the armor of that final monster. It's like, oh my god, that armor's so
Oh
sick.
hell yeah!
But you can't craft it all because you only have one piece to craft, like the gloves. But like
Mhm.
to get the other set, you have to like keep fighting that monster. So it's like, well, I guess we have to go grind that monster,
Mhm.
and like, that's what.
And
that's just,
and then after you do get the armor, then you have to get enough armor spheres to upgrade it to its maximum level.
yeah, I mean,
So I mean, there's
so-
like maximizing.
it's
But does it ever feel kind of tedious or repetitive, or
nah.
I I didn't feel
I-
even like Worlds. I never
Maybe.
felt bored. There's been a couple of
Maybe.
monsters in this where I've fought multiple times just to get one piece. I'm like, oh right, yeah,
Or is it
Maybe.
just
Maybe if you were doing it solo by yourself, day in and day night, maybe. But the thing is like if you're just there's something about like is Rocket League grindy and boring? It's like anything. It's like it's fun to like just get together and like, and there's different ways to do it. You don't even have to kill the monsters. You can capture them alive. There's different ways. You can like challenge yourself to do a bunch of. Yes.
And every fight with that monster will be different. Like they react differently, you react differently. Sometimes you block or dodge perfectly some of those harder attacks, and it just feels great. Like mastering certain monsters, like it's like back in the NES days. You're fighting bosses, you memorize exactly that pattern, you crush the game, and then you go through it over and over and over and over again because you're so good at it and you love doing it because you feel like you're doing an awesome thing.
Right.
And it looks really cool when you're doing it in this game. It's so cool.
It sounds like it.
Well, so this one, we've mentioned the Sacred, which is like a raptor chocobo, essentially. And so this one has made it so much more playable than the other one. Because in Worlds, like you would like, oh crap, I need a potion. You'd be over fighting whatever people, and you're like, okay, I can drink a potion. But as soon as you lifted it to drink the potion, the monster was like, hey, fuck you, gonna knock you down. But in this one, you can just hit up on the D-pad. Even if you just got knocked on the floor, it's gonna take you a while to get up. You can whistle. Sacred will pick you up. You can heal. You can sharpen your blade on the Sacred. It'll dodge attacks for you. You can just like sit around. Every once in a while, you get hit and knocked off of it, but it's not detrimental to like the game. Like you can use it as like easy mode, really, just jumping on your Sacred. It'll come and pick you up. You just hit it. It'll come right to you. You don't have to hit a button to get on it because once you hit up on the D-pad, that means you're going to get on your Sacred. It's such a nice way to do that. It really, really simplified that facet of it. Because Aaron, you've been there. Like you're fighting Nergigante, and he hits you with that one big move. You die in one hit, and you're like, okay, let's go through this again. And then you get hit real hard, but somehow you survived it. And you're laying on the ground, and you finally get up, staggering, and you're using your potion, and he's off fighting like your Palico or some other dude. And as soon as you tip back your health potion, it's slowly going up. He looks at you.
God, it takes so fucking long. It's so annoying.
And you're fucking dead. It sucked.
Yeah.
Having the Sacred is so nice. Just telling the perks of having a Sacred during the battle, Ian. Welcome back.
I had to pee. Sorry.
All right. So now that you fielded questions, you want to get into the game?
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks great.
Oh, it looks wonderful.
Visually awesome. Controls great. No crashes. Obviously, menus are still a fucking issue, but that's always going to be the game.
Yeah, but you get used to it, just like anything. Like so one big improvement. I don't know if you ever got into this, Aaron, but as you have your build and things like that, you go back to your tent and you're like, okay, I need to get rid of these items. So you just do your quick load, boom, and you save loadouts for that. And in Worlds, even if you change like a piece of armor or whatever like that, it'd fuck everything up. Like setting your shortcuts and all that stuff. You'd have to redo it for every piece of armor or whatever.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So I just left the one armor until I found a better armor.
Yeah. But this time, like it works. It actually fucking works.
Nice.
You set it. And you can just add stuff and resave it. It's like, okay, here's my basic loadout, and then I'll make a second loadout. Like, oh, here's my basic loadout with traps. Oh, here's my basic loadout with heat, like warm drink. Here's my cold drink one. You know, it's like you can do them and they'll stick. It actually works. It's so nice. Yeah. Because that was so annoying as you're playing like more of the end game stuff in Worlds. Like every time you change something, it would not like auto update it, or it would switch it out for some reason, and you'd have to redo your whole radial menu and all that. It sucks so hard.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I hated that so much.
The radial menu doesn't seem to work as well as we would like. Like Jared seems to like. I don't.
So what I've learned is I'm trying to do it too fast. Like I'm hitting L1 and up on the right stick real fast, but you have to give it a little time and then let off the stick or whatever. You don't have to click the right stick this time. So I still fail at that sometimes. Like I'm trying to drop. Maybe I just need to change my location, but like the tranquilizer dust or whatever you throw down to trap a monster, I have it too close to sharpen weapon. So often I'm like sitting there sharpening my weapon, and then the trap ends and I can't throw the trank down to trap the monster. You know, it's like I'm hitting the wrong directions and things like that. So it's just dumb time wasting things. So it's just stuff I need to work on.
But the game's great. It's awesome. It's masterpiece.
I guess I still have more questions. Like,
Yeah, go for it.
because I run into this with, other games that you can hoard stuff with, and I tend to be a bit of a pack rat when it comes to these things. But are there materials that you don't end up using, and is there a way to get rid of them?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, can you sell them or scrap them or?
So for the parts that you're not going to use, if there's like armor sets you don't want to use, you can actually I just bumped into this guy that will like manufacture them into armor spheres, which are what you upgrade the level of your armor for. And you can also sell a lot of things, for Zenny. That's the currency in the game. So you can absolutely purpose every useless item in the game. There's no reason to just like hang on to something if you don't need it.
Okay.
It will be useful.
You can just hold on to it forever.
Yeah. Just build giant stacks
so
of
you
it.
have an item pouch, which is on your body, and then you have your chest pouch or whatever it's called.
Your Sacred has a bag that you can stow things on, or it gets restocked.
So you can, when you go out and you're like collecting things, like your item pouch will fill up and can max out. But when you go back to camp, you can dump it all out back into your like chest, and then you can go back out, and like that will never max out. To my knowledge, I don't remember it ever maxing out in Worlds.
Yeah, I don't remember Worlds having a cap, but on your person you can
on the
cap
person
out.
will max out. So like you do a couple of runs and you max out. You have to make sure you go back to the camp and you just dump everything out, and then all those things can be used or you sell them. Yeah, it is.
But even then, if you're out on an expedition and you try and pick something up and it says your item pouch is full, you can just send something to your like item box back at the thing. So you're not going to lose out if you're on an expedition too long. So that's nice.
Yeah, ran into that problem playing a few different games.
Yes. Any Fallout or even Skyrim or any Borderlands. Yeah. Most games are terrible at that.
The other thing is also that when you're running around the world and collecting things, all those things are always there. They're not. It's always the monster stuff that you're concerned with, but that stuff always gets sent to your box, so it doesn't.
Oh yeah. What he's saying is like the ore, like when you're going mining or whatever like that, they're always in the same place and will come back like after a handful of minutes or whatever, so that you know exactly where they are.
It's not like a special thing. And then when you kill a monster and that stuff at the end of. Once you've killed a monster, it'll say, and then it says, you want it all? Yeah, we'll send it to your box. So that stuff you don't take to yourself. So, like, it's, like, you really have no issue with item collection, I think. Like, it's never really an issue. You can collect as much shit as you want, and you really have no issue, really.
But how about if you're playing on, like, a public server or something? Can somebody else come and steal?
No.
Your gains? Okay.
It's not like that.
So Aaron, I just thought of this. The big like new thing they introduced to this one, battle wise, is a focus mode, where as you're attacking one spot over and over and over again, it'll like show like an open wound. There's like kind of bleeding, scab mark or like cut marks, and you can hold the left L2, and you can attach to it with R1, and you'll actually cling on it and like tear it off, and it's an easy way to get like a bunch of different scales and little different pieces off the monster for like actually building armor and crafting and stuff. It's really useful, and it knocks them down. Like if they have a wound on their foot or their leg or something like that, if you attach to that and like just fucking slash it, they'll fall over like for several seconds, so you can just wail on them. So it's a really useful tactic to really go through a battle. It's really fun.
I want to go back to what Nick was saying about like someone stealing your stuff or whatever. You will actually, depending on what the fight is, you will generate your own loot on that monster versus someone else's. So like you can possibly get something, you might get a scale, and let's say Jared will get a tooth. Or the tail will break off, and maybe you guys will get.
You
the
both
same
get
piece.
to carve it, yeah.
You'll get to carve it, and like after you kill a monster, you carve it. You kind of like sit there and like carve it out.
Take 3 pieces off of it.
Yeah, and the pieces that you get might be the same as Jared, or they might be different. It has There's not. It's not like he's gonna get what you got. It has nothing to do with that. It's more random that way. So.
But if you're going for like a specific armor set, and I need like if you're playing with us, you need to tell us, hey, we need to work on his face so we can break one of his tusks or something like that, because some of the armor is attached to things like that, breaking specific parts of the monster.
Yeah, it may not happen, but if we focus our attacks on the face, because that's where that piece comes from.
You're still not always going to get it. It's not a guarantee.
Right.
Yeah, that's the loot box of the game.
What is the like? Jared wanted like an aqua lung. What was the aqua thing?
It was an aqua sac.
Aqua sac. So like we were focusing on the face of this monster, and we were just like,
because it spewed water, so you'd have to destroy like its gill thing.
So we just kept kicking it, and then I think he got it after that.
I finally got it. It was like I had to fight him like 4 times to get it. As I mentioned earlier, it's like a different battle every time. They'll move around the map, run away. It's fun.
It's just a different type of game. That's what makes it fun. It's like
nothing else is like it.
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
You've never played a game like it, no. That's what. So I remember like when I first saw Monster Hunter World's trailer, I'm like watching the gameplay, I'm watching like the cinematics, I'm like, oh, I am so in. Like I was excited. It happened at like one of the Game Award shows the year prior, and then it came out. I'm like playing it like on launch. I pre-ordered it and all that, and I just fell in love with it so fast. But I played the prior games a little bit here and there, touching some demos, and in the early days, like there was so much loading between tiny little screens and the next tiny little screen and stuff like that, and I couldn't get into it. But this is like a huge map. It's a region map, so it's like a massive area with a lot of exploration. And as you guys probably know, I like exploring and doing just random shit in the maps, and this game has plenty of that. So you can just dilly-dally around and enjoy yourself. There's fishing in the game, which is different. It's a challenge. So I pretty much just throw a net in the water to catch the fish. I haven't been fishing much yet, but I don't know. I don't think the fish react to your lure much. I haven't found bait or anything like that. I don't know if they've introduced bait, so I'm not sure.
No, Jared.
I haven't found any.
No. It gives it to you. When you select the fishing rod, then there's another menu that you can select the different lure.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to try that later.
Obnoxious. It's another obnoxious deep.
Oh, it must be like how to change your ammo for like one of the
Yes,
bows
kind
or
of.
something like that.
Kind of like
yeah,
that,
okay. Which I never really figured that out, so I'll have to dig into that.
Because I'm there right now, and you're further than me, so you must already have it. So
Yeah.
there's definitely
So that's the crazy thing. It's like there's 14 weapons, and each one feels so different. It's like you could have 14 completely different games, you know, because you have to learn way different tool sets and how to utilize. Like some of the weapons have like you start attacking, you gain a charge, and you gain up to like 3 charges, which makes it powerful attack and elemental attack, and you have to learn how to like hit a certain button at the certain time to like get it fully charged and just make a big swat at them and things like that. Some of them don't even have that. Like the weapon I have doesn't have anything like that. I've thought of using the charge blade because you can convert it from a giant axe and pull them apart into a sword and shield. I think I might actually try that as my secondary.
So I use the insect glaive, which is like this big staff, but it also has an insect that shoots out. So like basically when you're using it just like at the start, it's kind of just like you're just using a bow staff like Donatello. But once you start sending the insect out, it collects different weaknesses from that monster it attacks, but it'll pull like stamina, it'll pull health, it'll pull rage, it'll pull just different things. So when you fill the meter on the staff, once it's full, then you become a master of the staff and you start doing crazy attacks, and it just like buffs it a million times. So I fell in love with the insect glaive in World, and that's still my main weapon here because I love using it. Another weapon I like using is the horn, and it's literally just a horn that mine is a giant saxophone, and you play it. And it's fun to play with Jared because then I become like a support.
Yeah,
he'll
more of a buff support. Me or entrap an enemy.
Yeah, it's more of a support weapon.
Cool.
So like I will play you play like you play some music and it creates this area of stasis, and then you can heal people and you can kill and I don't know. It's a wild thing, and you play music. It literally plays music. It's one of the wildest, stupidest, difficult weapons to play. But Jared's really good, so I feel comfortable just like fucking around with it all the time. But like when I'm running it and he's running his thing, like there's monsters, like low level monsters that we just fucking destroy. It's just like
well, with the weak points, just keep it like, oh, okay, there's a weak point. Slash, and he falls on his back. Wait like, to get the next one for him to stand up. Slash, he falls on his back. You know, you can just time it out.
It's funny, too, because then the support people that you're with, like all your members and stuff, like, he's about to run off. It's like, nah, he's not going anywhere.
Nope, not this time. Trip him. Got him. Sorry.
Anyway, it's fun. It's a lot of fun just to become... Anyway, it's cool to, like, investigate and try new things.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway... You guys have any other questions? I feel like we've talked a lot about the game. Jared and I love this game as high. We like this is right now it's our game of the year probably. I mean, there's probably gonna be a better actual game of the year, but currently I think for Jared and I, think
that's
is like,
okay. Yeah,
I think this is like currently like this game is so high on our radar. But if you guys have any other questions, like what is gonna keep you guys from buying it?
Price.
Yeah,
Price.
$70.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that. Well, like Monster Hunter World and Rise are usually right around $10 or less at this point. You know, like way, way, way beyond when it came out. But yeah, totally.
I mean, if it's at a decent price, should I pick up Monster Hunter World and like give that a whirl, or?
I'll play it with you, but we never play games at the same time.
Yeah,
right.
It's a game that forces you to beat your head against a wall, but it's also fun beating your head against the wall.
I would say that's the harder one to play solo.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
I'd agree.
If you want a challenge, it's absolutely fun.
It's totally doable if you're good at it. Yeah.
I probably have a disc you could borrow. I think I still have a
disc too.
disc. Yeah. We all have a disc laying around that you could probably borrow if you don't want to buy it.
Yeah, because we all got it for free.
But we also got it free on PlayStation Network once upon a time.
So like if you have the We did get it for free
Mine's
for the
somewhere.
PS5. So, but I would say this one's the better chance. But that's the thing. It's like, are you gonna play with us? If you're not gonna ever play with us, then it's like maybe it's not worth it ever. But like,
But there's a huge community still playing it. So I mean, if you get into the online and just build, your game, your character through that'd be fine too. Like coming down with SOS alerts and joining squads and things like that. You can get through the game. There's really hardcore people in it. There's probably like really high hunter rank people, even people still getting into it that still have a ton of fun playing it with you. So it's a huge community.
Mm-hmm.
Can they talk to me and tell me I suck when I play?
nah,
Not really. There's
It's
no
not that.
text.
that's not that kind of community.
You can't type in it. Yeah.
No, but
I mean, maybe
People
they can
is-
give you a thumbs down sticker or something like that.
But that doesn't happen that often. I play with people online. I actually fired off some SOS on people like from like different regions of the world. I'm like, I was the worst one in the group, and like, oh, you're doing so good, so
Yeah,
you're doing great. I'm like,
Yeah, you fire SOS, you'll see a whole bunch of Japanese symbols. You can't
In
read their
Worlds,
names.
Jer-
it's-
I mean, I played a lot solo with people.
That's
and,
so
like,
nice,
I mean,
though.
Jared,
Me
we played with
too.
people.
Yeah.
We never came across someone who was an asshole.
no.
Never.
That's the thing I like about the PlayStation community. People are so fucking nice.
The only thing people get really annoyed at is there's certain weapons that cancel out other people's attacks. Like they're in the middle of
Yeah.
a combo and you'll swing like your hammer and it'll stop
Oh
them
yeah.
or something like that. But you don't really know until it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was
Maybe then
kind of
people
annoying
aren't-
in some circumstances, but so far I haven't encountered that playing with Ian. So that's changed in Wilds, at least. There's less interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ian's too busy like flying around like helicopter.
Yeah, he's up in the air.
not killing anything, just like it's like what's
Yeah.
going on? Jared's like,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
aerial moves with yeah. Whatever your play style is, you'll probably find a weapon that
And then
you
if I'm
love
doing
in
like
either one of
saxophone,
them.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
like stasis and like support.
Mhm.
So it's it. I mean, whatever. I've
Yeah.
never come across someone who just said, "Hey, fuck you, you suck." It's like, no, I've never
Yeah.
come across that.
You shouldn't be intimidated. I mean, if it's cheap or somebody gives you one of the discs that we probably have laying around.
And you don't have
it's-
to.
it's-
You can
yeah.
do private lobby and just do
Mhm.
AI. And AI will
In
come-
Wilds, yeah.
Yeah, they'll come in and help you, and you don't have to even deal with people. So like, whatever.
Alright.
Anyway, good game, awesome,
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
great stuff.
Let's
Mhm.
move on. Unless you guys have any really burning questions.
No, I think
I
he.
think
I,
I've
I don't
think
need
we've
much convincing.
covered-
Nick's
quite
gonna
a
go
bit
buy,
of it.
Nick's gonna go buy it tonight, and we'll be playing later. Anyway, couch co-optionals. What do you guys got? Something cool and fun that people should check out?
I don't remember what I mentioned last week, but I started Pantheon. Several episodes into that. It's a Netflix animated series. Season 2 just started, and I found it pretty interesting so far. I don't really want to talk much about it. I can kind of talk about like the beginning, but it gets pretty wild. Like there's it's like high school students, having their own drama, but the main character has interactions on her computer where this this thing talks through emojis only. And eventually things happen in her school with the people that are picking on her, like, hacking into the phones or making them, disabling them and stuff like that. And it's, this thing or whatever it is chatting with her through emojis. And I don't know, it's getting pretty wild, like where all that's going. And the story's pretty interesting. And I'm really interested to see how season 1 ends and why there's a season 2. It's really interested me as Pantheon on Netflix.
All right.
Okay.
How about you, Nick? What do you got?
we're gonna stick with Netflix. I actually just started watching something today that I just opened Netflix and I saw this docuseries that came out back in October. It's called The Comeback, 2004 Boston Red Sox. Not really a big baseball fan, but I mean,
watched that.
Did you?
Mhm.
I mean, not a big baseball fan, but I mean, I was kind of like, I remember when this was happening because I mean, it's basically a 20-year. It happened 20 years ago, but you know, you had the Boston Red Sox
is
who
wild.
finally beat the curse, but it's like you have 3 episodes and it just kind of
it's wild because like I remember that happening, but I don't really remember the story. And then when you listen
Right.
and hear about the story, it's like they were down 3 games to
3-0,
none. And it's like
I don't even remember that.
I don't even remember that.
mean,
I remember this stuff happening, but I don't remember that was the story. And it's like no one's ever come back from 3-0, and it's just like,
yeah.
wow, they
On baseball
they
anyway.
did that. And it's just like,
And not only that, but they broke whatever curse that
Yeah.
you know, the supposed curse. But I mean,
Yeah, some old lady cursed them or something like that
oh,
for
Babe
like
Ruth,
100.
dude.
Babe Ruth. That's right. That's right. The trade.
yeah, Baby Ruth. Yeah, okay,
That's
Sandlot.
right. I
I
forgot about the trade. I forgot the real reason.
haven't seen the Sandlot forever.
Anyway, it's wild.
Funny.
It's a very interesting story. There's like all this other like kind of crazy shit about like the pitchers going after batters and shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, like-
wild.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of fun too because it's like also you get like, you know, the players and the personnel, and it's just like you get their perspective on it, and yeah, no, it was just fun. I mean, I watched the first episode, and I can't wait to watch the other 2.
Oh, you didn't watch it all? Oh, I've seen. Yeah,
No,
it's wild though. I like literally just watched this, Nick. Like literally just like a couple weeks ago, I watched it. I was just like, I'll watch this. I like sports stuff, and then the story's just wild. It's just like, what?
yeah, and then what was even funnier is Brandy was kind of watching Curb Your Enthusiasm all day on Max, and after I watched that
Good
episode, I opened up Max so she could sit there and go back to watch that because I was going to go off and do something else. And sure enough, I find another documentary for like the Boston Celtics and something, and it's like, oh Jesus, what's with all these sports things with Boston? But I didn't watch that one yet. But I mean, I'll probably sit down and watch that, and that'll be probably a future couch co-optional.
Well, I recommend following through on all of it because it's very fascinating. I enjoyed it. I just sat there and sat there and binged the whole thing. Like, what is it, like an hour each episode ish? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, yeah, part of the thing is like Brandy was there watching it too, and I know that may not have been her cup of tea, so that's kind of why I watched one and just moved on. But yeah,
Cool.
I'll be back.
Awesome. How about you, Aaron? What you got?
Well, I'm gonna switch to Disney Plus, and there's this. I came home from work, and my wife was watching this documentary. It's by this very famous writer. It's like, I think it's like discovering certain parts of the world. She was watching something about Easter Island, and then they went to Machu Picchu, and I'm like, oh god, it was crazy because they're like finding this links between, like the one I found about the Easter Island. It's like discovery between the Moai people of Hawaii, Australia, and all this other people, and they never basically since thousands of years ago they never found they found a wild connection between all these people that never been here before, except for that point because it's the Pacific Ocean. You know, it's a massive ocean, as we all know, the largest one on Earth, obviously. But it was crazy because it's like, how did they get across? Like, there's got to be an obvious reason. I mean, we had a mega continent hundreds of thousands of years ago, but that's neither here nor there. But it's it's wild. It was a good show. I love those sorts of things, nature documentary, but I just need to find what it's called on Disney Plus.
It's all right.
I'll have to find it. But yeah,
I'll just
it's
watch
on.
all of them until we get the right one.
Listen,
Precisely.
You look for it, and I do have to go back to Nick for a second because we didn't
Yeah.
get the beer battle
Beer.
finale. Like,
Oh,
how was the
there we
second
go.
beer and which one won? Like, how was the second beer and which one won?
I mean, it was still good, but I mean, I'm gonna go with the dank sticky hands or whatever
The
the
weed,
description was. Yeah, basically.
the weed
No,
beer.
that one
name,
was the,
yeah.
yeah, that one was the tastier of the two. Not that the other one was bad, but
What
Block
was the other
15,
one?
you got
What was
this
the other one?
Hetty Alice,
Oh,
double
Heady
dry
Alice.
hop Westy.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
There you go.
I don't know. I thought it would have, with the hops that were in it, I thought it would have stood a better chance, but
Beer, dude.
yeah.
Dave and I drank the Hawkstone IPA tonight,
Is that why he's not here?
but we tried it and we did a couch co-op. I mean, we have so much. I have so much couch co-op content I have to like release. Anyway,
yeah.
it was such. I don't think we would call it an IPA over here, but it was such a unique flavor, and it was just such a different thing. It was just like, holy shit, this is awesome. It's like so. It's just it was more of kind of a lagery beer, even though they
Oh,
called it an IPA.
more like an IPL.
Sure.
Or just a pale ale.
No, it wasn't a pale.
No, no.
No, it was.
No, an India Pale Lager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
yeah.
But it's not hoppy at all.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
Oh, okay.
It was interesting. It's just like
Huh.
anyway, it's very good. It was a very good beer. Like
Okay.
unfortunately we only had one to split. Like we were
Oh.
like commenting like, man, if this was a thing we could just crush, like a 12-pack of this in no time.
Yeah.
But that look forward to that, guys, on the Couch Co-op that, still happens, we
Okay.
still have a bunch of episodes of that.
No,
Aaron, any luck?
Mm,
No.
no, it sucks because I'm just like trying to
What's
get
it?
in there, and it's like
What is it? What was it?
It's a-
What was it originally called? Or what is the premise?
it's this writer. He goes all over the world to discover like ancient civilizations. Like one he did was on Easter Island, and then he went to Machu Picchu. And my wife told me about it. I can text her and ask it. Actually,
Lost Cities.
no, that's a good one though too. I recommend that one as well.
Let's see.
ask.
Let's run through the 10 best document about ancient worlds on Disney Plus, ranked by IMDb. Secrets of Christ's Tomb,
Secrets of
No,
Stonehenge Decoded, Atlantis Rising, The Tomb of Alexander the Great, Flooded Tombs of the Nile, Lost
Is it
Treasures of
Nova?
the Maya,
It's not Nova.
Origins,
I just sent a message to my wife and asked her.
Awaju?
It was
Buried Secrets of the Bible,
Captain Nemo.
The Lost City of Machu Picchu,
or Lost
God, this
Treasures
is-
of Egypt. Lost
Lost Treasures
Treasures
of Egypt.
I know. I know.
Um,
I should have paid attention to what the name of the show was, but
Hey, listen, guys.
I think-
It's on Disney
Yeah,
Plus or
Let's
Discovery.
go
Look
look
at
for it.
history on D Plus. Yeah, cool.
Get my D Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
look at Mappy
I
Man
just-
commented in the chat. I didn't even look at this. With all the systems thrown at you in the first 10 minutes, Mappy Man, why you were supposed to come in here and so Mappy Scott, he did this thing this weekend, which is super cool. He did his last week. He talked about it, and he did the whole speed run of 20 games. He was hoping to get in the top 20. We were pressuring him.
Oh,
Didn't
it was called Ancient Apocalypse of the Americas, by the way. Sorry.
Ancient Apocalypse of the Americas. There you go. Anyway, I was talking
Cool.
about Scott, and he was doing this thing. Watched him this weekend. It was fun to watch him. Unfortunately, he didn't quite make his goal. He got hung up on some games, and he ended up being 42nd. 42 is, if you don't know, is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. It's the meaning of life.
Yeah.
42.
Yeah.
That's a good number to be. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
if you're Hitchhiker as a Guide to the Galaxy fan, you know that's the
yeah,
answer.
Well
thank you,
done,
Douglas
Scott.
Adams.
Anyway, so Scott, don't be ashamed. But yeah, it was fun to watch him play all those games. It was fun to like watch him like just destroy games like that I played, and like Anyway, that's not my couch co-optional. My couch co-optional is I watched the Bob Dylan movie with Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet?
Oh,
Chalamet? 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 Timothy Chalamet.
Yes.
Anyway, really good. I really liked it.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
I've seen.
Of the director also did the Ford versus Ferrari film. That's I love quite a bit.
Yeah, you love that. Yeah.
I've seen that movie a million times at this point. But yeah, I'm also a big Bob Dylan fan. I like Bob Dylan. Not everyone likes Bob Dylan. I get that. That's fine. But
Yeah.
really enjoyed the movie. Really poignant. Had a lot of cool things. It's funny watching like a movie like this though. Is like, what is the real drama? Like, it's just this one dude's like coming to terms with him being an artist and like wanting to have control freedom. Like, there's no real villain. So you have to make a villain out of somebody. It's kind of funny.
Mhm.
It's always kind of funny with musical biopics. But in my opinion, it's the best Hollywood musical biopic in forever. Like, I think a lot of them lately have been pretty trash. Like, I didn't like Bohemian Rhapsody. I kind of like the Elton John one. This is better than. So this guy also directed the Johnny Cash one, and I think this one's better than the Johnny Cash one.
Dang.
Anyway, but I like Bob Dylan more than I like Johnny Cash. So it is what it is.
That's fair.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Check it out. I saw it perhaps illegally. So it's not out digitally yet, but it will be soon, and it's a good movie. So I enjoyed it. It's called what is it? A Complete
Text
Unknown.
your wife and she'll let you know.
No, Bryn doesn't watch that shit. My wife and I
need to
do
watch a
not
new
watch
movie.
stuff together.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, we both like very different things, but we'll meet in the middle often.
Yeah,
enough.
we'll meet in the middle for Cobra
Yeah.
Kai, but then we go off.
We have that too.
Like Cobra
Yeah.
Kai, and then she goes off and watches her weird shit, and I watch my shit.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't marry myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
I kind of did because we're. I mean,
That's a different topic for.
it is a different topic, but like
Maybe
we are,
not a podcast.
We are
yeah.
so much the same. She likes trash TV. I like trash comic books. It's
Nice.
like we like the same. We like
I get
trashy
this.
things. We're just anyway.
Different
right.
media formats.
Did you actually come up with some trivia, Jared, or no?
No,
Because there's no Aaron's Mobile Minute. No.
no,
I know.
I'm good.
Aaron's Mobile Trivia.
Nope. I got nothing.
Oh, okay. Who wants to be an asshole and put a challenge on Dave since he's not here? Come on, somebody. Come on. Someone throw down a challenge on Dave.
He has to beat all the DLCs on Fallout 3.
Oof.
I wouldn't do that to him.
Oh.
That just sounds torture right there.
How
Gross.
many DLCs are there for Fallout 3?
Yeah, like 5?
Five.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
jeez.
think he has to do it then.
No,
I gotta get that game from him.
Yeah, you have to get it. Yeah.
I know. I need him.
Oh, that's right. He played it on
ranged.
the 360. He probably didn't have the DLC.
Well, does he have a
and all
couple
that stuff.
copies? I thought.
He has a 360. You have to go. He's not gonna. Anyway, that's the challenge. But you gotta go, or he gotta.
I know.
We need to get that episode going because
I
that's gonna
know.
be fun.
I
'Cause,
know.
like, Nick's gonna love us just lambasting his game. I think it's gonna be fun, entertaining as fuck. I'm
Yeah,
so much-
maybe I
we
should
all-
put some more time in it this week so we can do
No,
that
but we
episode
have
in the
so
next week or
much-
two.
Yeah. Well, you can.
Oh yeah,
play
we
it
gotta
if
wait
you-
for Aaron.
You gotta wait for Aaron anyway, so you can play it some more if you want,
Yeah.
Jared. But like, yeah,
I need to get it.
yeah.
I'm still only like an hour and a half into
You
it.
live like next door to him, basically.
I know. I gotta go out there. I'm out there on Sundays. I can go out there and grab it from
Well, I mean-
Ben. I mean,
Geographically is close, but it's 217, so that's still going to take 3 hours to get there.
Yeah. Portland sucks.
All right, Mr. Canby. All right.
I live in Tualatin, but
It's not that. It doesn't take that long. They're
Portland,
like, what?
No, I'm just-
maybe
It's
10
more
minutes?
it's more of a commentary on 217 and how much it sucks.
Yeah,
It's
217 is
sometimes
evil. It's always under construction.
On a Sunday, it doesn't
Oh.
suck too bad.
Oh, it's one lane. Sorry, rush hour.
Pretty much.
Anyway, we just need
I know.
Aaron to play a few hours of that game, and then we can get that
Yeah.
going. It'd be
Yeah,
great.
peel
Yeah,
the band-aid
yeah.
off, Aaron.
I know.
You're
Yeah,
gonna love
peel
it.
it off.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if Aaron's like, "This is the best thing. Why did I never play this?"
I bought it for PS3 and I dumped off after an hour for a reason.
Oh, I think you're with us. I think you're the same. With all of us. I beat it though. Dave and I beat it, so that's fucking wild.
Okay.
Oh God.
I got
Yeah,
2 endings.
That's
dang.
'cause-
I got 2 fucking endings.
Ah.
So suck a dick.
No.
well,
Okay.
that's you.
Anyway, that's
Good night.
coming up, guys, listeners. All right. Any other video game shit you guys just want to throw out for the good of the order before we close this out? There's something wildly. I don't think I have anything, but if you guys have something that you want to share,
No, just yeah.
don't be
Just
an
play
asshole.
some Monster Hunter. Yeah,
Yeah,
play
Monster
Monster
Hunter.
Hunter. Yeah,
Hey guys, go buy Monster Hunter so we can play with you.
yeah.
All
I
right.
want to play.
Yeah.
I just want to play Monster Hunter. That's all.
Monster Hunt
I've been
responsibly.
having so much
Yeah, Monster
fun.
Hunter's
Yeah.
fun. All right. Well, I'm Ian. I want to remind you all that you can find us on all the podcasting platforms. You can find us streaming live on youtube.com/milkmanpictures. You can find videos on youtube.com/milkmanpictures. You can find us videos on Spotify. You can find our podcast everywhere, be under the sun on every podcasting platform, because we have been doing this for a long fucking time. I mean, we are the best video game podcast. I mean, I know you guys don't listen to us but we're not about the news. Like, who cares about the news? Like, oh my god. Oh hey,
We don't
guys.
have sponsors. You're not going to listen to commercials before and after our
And who wants to
podcast
hear,
or
like,
during.
Oh yes, yet
Yeah, there's no
another
commercials here.
Yet another video game studio laid off all of their employees. Yeah,
Yeah,
super
yeah.
excited. No,
Mhm.
how about we just talk about video games? That's what we do.
We'll talk about the things we're excited about.
yeah.
Sometimes there's
Yeah,
a
we'll-
little bit of negativity,
Cover
but
the
we're
news,
usually
we'll
just
talk about
poking
Fallout
fun at
3.
each
I
other.
mean, when you plug like a USB dildo into a PlayStation and put it up your ass, it feels so good. We can talk about that all the time. Anyway, what? Anyway. We are the Couch Co-op. I want to thank Jared, Nick, and Aaron for joining me here on the couch
Yes, sirree.
for Couch Co-op. I'm
Yes.
reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Wild stallions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.